Hey, today I will be teaching you how to find HCF of two or more given numbers. H stands for highest, C stands for common, and F stands for factor. We can also call it GCF, greatest common factor. They both mean the same. To be able to find HCF, we first need to know what factors are and how to find factors of a given number. So what are factors? Factors are numbers that we can multiply together to get a given number. Let's say our given number is 16 and we need to find the factors of 16. Think of two numbers that we can multiply together to give us 16. The first two numbers that come in my mind are 1 times 16, because 1 times 16 gives us 16. And as I said, factors are numbers that when we multiply them together, it gives us the given number, which is 16 here. So 1 and 16 are factors of 16, and we call it one factor pair. We write it like this. A number may have many factors, and 16 has more factors. We know that 2 times 8 also gives us 16. So 2 and 8 are other factors of 16. And that's my second factor pair. We also know 4 times 4 gives us 16. So this is my another factor pair. When we list the factors of 16, we write like this: 1 and 16 with a gap in between, so that I can write all the rest of the factors in order from smallest to largest. So I'm done with the first pair, 1 and 16, the smallest and the largest here. Then we go to the second factor pair, which is 2 and 8. So I will be writing 2 and 8 with a gap again. Then we move on to the third factor pair. No point of writing 4 twice, so I will be writing 4 once only in the center and done. This is how we list all the factors of 16. So now that we know how to find factors, we can easily find HCF of two or more given numbers. Let us find HCF of 16 and 24 using method 1, where we need to list all the factors. So the first step is list all the factors of the given numbers, and our given numbers are 16 and 24. Let us list all the factors of 16. As we have already seen that 1 times 16 gives us 16, 2 times 8 gives us 16, and 4 times 4 gives us 16. So these are the list of factors of the number 16. Let's find the factors of 24. We'll start with the smallest one. 1 times 24 would give us 24. That's one factor pair. We also know 2 times 12 gives us 24. That's the second factor pair. We also know 3 times 8 gives us 24. And the last factor pair would be 4 times 6 gives us 24. These are all the factors of 24. Now that we are done with the first step, we will move on to the second step, where we need to identify the common or same factors. I will identify the common or same factors by highlighting them. So 1 is common, 2 is another common factor, we have got 4 common factor, and 8 is another common factor. We don't have any other common factors here. So now we are done with the second step. The third step says the greatest of all those common factors is HCF. So my HCF would be 8. Let us do another example using the method list factors. Now in this example, we need to find HCF of 3 given numbers. So my first step would be list all the factors. So let us start listing. We'll start with 1 times 12 gives us 12. 2 times 6 gives us 12. Then 3 times 4 gives us 12. That's all the factors of 12. Let's move on to the second given number, which is 15. We'll start with 1 times 15 gives us 15. 2 is not a factor of 15. We know 3 times 5 gives us 15. These are all the factors of 15. The third given number is 18. 1 times 18 gives us 18. We also know 2 times 9 gives us 18. And then we know 3 times 6 gives us 18. That's all the factors of 18. Now that I'm done with my first step, listing all the factors of the given numbers, I'll move on to my second step where I need to identify the common factors. I'll highlight the common factors 1 and 3. These are the only two common factors in these three numbers. Now my third step says the greatest of all the common factors would be my HCF. So I've got two common factors here, 1 and 3, and the greatest factor would be 3. So the HCF of 12, 15 and 18 would be 3. This method can get quite lengthy when we are meant to find HCF of very large numbers. So another method is finding HCF using prime factorization. Prime factorization means breaking a given number into its prime factors. What are prime factors? Prime factors are prime numbers that have two factors only, 1 and the number itself. The first few prime numbers are 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, and the list goes on. They all have two factors only, 1 and the number itself. Okay, let me show you how to find HCF using prime factorization method. The first step says list all the prime factors of the given numbers. Let's say our given numbers are 16 and 24 again. So according to the first step, we need to list all the prime factors of 16. To do this, we need to create factor tree. 2 times what gives us 16? 2 times 8 gives us 16. 2 is a prime factor or a prime number, so we don't do anything to this. We break 8 into more factors. We know 2 times 4 is 8. 2 is a prime number, so we leave it as it is. We can break 4 into 2 times 2 gives us 4. So 2 is a prime number again, and this one is also a prime number. And we are done with the prime factors of 16. Let us list the prime factors now. So my 16 has prime factors of 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. So when we are listing the prime factors of a given number, we list them as a product. So 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. Let us do the same with 24 now. 2 times 12 gives us 24. 2 is a prime number, so we don't do anything to that. We break 12 into 2 times 6 is 12. 2 is a prime number, so we don't do anything to this. We break 6 into 2 times 3 is 6. 2 is a prime number and 3 is also a prime number, and we are done. Now we'll list the factors of the prime factors of 24. We'll list them as a product. So 2 times 2 times 2 times 3. So 2 times 2 times 2 times 3. We are done with the first step. The second step says identify the common prime factors. I'm going to identify the common prime factors by highlighting them. That's one common prime factor. That's another common prime factor. That's another common prime factor. There are no other common prime factors here. So we are done with the second step. The third step says multiply all the common factors to find HCF. So my HCF of 16 and 24 would be to multiply all the common prime factors. I've got 2 here times this 2 times this 2. 2 times 2 is 4, and then 4 times 2 is 8. So my HCF is 8. I'll show you another example of how to find HCF using this method, prime factorization. Let's find HCF of 3 numbers, 12, 15 and 18 again. So according to the first step, we need to list all the prime factors of the given number. So 2 times 6 is 12. 2 is a prime number. We break 6 into 2 times 3 is 6. So 2 is a prime number, 3 is a prime number. We are done. Let us list them in product form. 2 times 2 times 3. So 2 times 2 times 3. Let's move on to the second given number, 15. We have got 3 times 5 is 15. 3 is a prime number, 5 is a prime number. We are done with it. So I'm going to list the prime factors of 15 in a product form, 3 times 5. Now let's move on to the third number. 2 times 9 is 18. 2 is a prime factor or a prime number, so we leave that as it is. We break 9 into 3 times 3. 3 is a prime number. This 3 is also a prime number. So we are done with the prime factors of 18. So I list the prime factors of 18 in product form, 2 times 3 times 3. So 2 times 3 times 3. We are done. We'll move on to the second step where we need to identify the common prime factors. I'll highlight them. The only common number that I'm seeing here, or the common prime factors that I'm seeing here, is 3. And the common prime factors has to be common in all the given numbers. So we are done with the second step, identifying the common prime factor. Now my third step is multiply all the common prime factors. The only common prime factor is 3 here. So I don't need to multiply anything. So my HCF would be 3. Thank you for listening.